Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my best friend here with me. I'm going to be doing her makeup using her makeup bag. So, we're going to have fun. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing that I'm going to be using is this Master Concealer from Erin's collection. It came out there real quick. Like a little makeup diarrhea.
It was ready for you.
It was ready. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch up some of these spots. She doesn't have a lot of redness on her face, but she just has like some dark spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over all those. So what you're going to do is whenever you put your concealer up underneath, you're going to make sure that you give it enough time to dry. Because if you don't, then you'll just go in and it'll mix in with your foundation. And it's not gonna.
Well, that's something I've learned from you because I think about it every morning when I get ready. I'm like, okay, well, he says to let it sit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so impatient. Like,
yeah, I mean,
the idea of that is hard.
You need to give yourself a good hour in the morning time to do your makeup. You will see a lot of YouTubers do this huge triangle. You don't need to do that. So if I was going to, like I'm telling you, with just the dots, what you're gonna do. So you'll get some, you're going to go in this inner corner and do a little spot. You'll come over here to this outer corner, and then you're just going to blend that in and just use. It doesn't take that much. Because it's going to move, especially this one, it's not as thick. So it's not going to take that much to cover that. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the NARS. I don't know which one this is. I think it's called Sheer Glow foundation. This is E's favorite one. And then she's got her sponge.
And it's wet because he told me about that.
She was using a dry sponge, which a lot of people don't know, and they do that.
They did a good match at Ulta, I feel like.
Yeah.
Though. And she just like eyeballed it because it's, you know, COVID times.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I didn't know you could bring it back though if it's wrong. I thought that was pretty well. I've never used this end of the beauty blender.
Yeah, this is.
I always use the pointy end.
This is to get up underneath your eyes.
I use that for everything.
It's okay, man. There's no wrong way or right way to do it.
There's probably a wrong. Matches your skin too.
It does.
We're the same shade.
And you're just going to get up in there. Something that I had to learn is when you're doing makeup under bright lights, is like, look how light your face looks.
Yeah, it does, but it's smooth.
Yeah, but you're always, if you're on camera, you're always going to go 2 shades darker than what your actual foundation is, because then you look normal on camera, because like the lights wash you out. So I'm going to take the middle part now.
What are we doing with it?
And we're going to blend out.
I've never used that side.
Erin said she's always used this to blend out her, like, everything. But you could do that. The only thing that you're going to have to keep in thought is if you're using whatever you're using, like, you can't use, like, because all the colors are going to start to mix together.
Yeah.
So then you're not going to have any definition in the color. It's a little pinkish. We'll try it. Well, not up underneath your eyes, we're not. Okay, so we're going to have to cheat a little bit. And I'm going to have to hook you up with some setting powder. So you go and you're going to tap a little bit out. Use this.
What?
You're going to dip it in.
What?
Okay, when you set your under eye, you're always going to look up. It keeps from wrinkles from getting up underneath your eyes. You're going to dust this up underneath. Dust this up underneath. Because once you set with powder, if there's wrinkles, and we're going to let that not bake like the YouTubers do for an hour. We're going to let that bake for a very minimum, for a little amount of time. Now we're going to go back and put the definition back into the face. Put a little color back in. Okay. So now we're gonna contour. She didn't have a bronzer. Well, she did. It's ColourPop, but she doesn't want to use it because it's a little messy. So we are cheating a little bit in this video. Very, very small amount though.
Yeah.
We're gonna use the Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is like honestly one of my favorites. And this is the part where you have to be really careful when you're contouring. This, your cheekbones, you're going to take, if you don't know where to bronze, take it and you run it. This is going to tell you where the hollow of your face is. From the top of your ears, straight down. It'll show you where your cheekbone is. Straight out at for me. Look like this. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to take your bronzer. You're going to come from behind your ear. And you're going to go down your jawline. Okay, so we're done with that.
It's so wild. Look good it looks.
You see how it looks a little powdery? It looks a little light. That's when you have a setting spray. And you don't have a setting spray, do you? Do you have a setting spray? Okay.
Mm-mm.
So we're going to cheat it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spritz her face. It's going to be cold. Are you ready?
Ready.
If I can stop shaking the camera. I know that's a lot. Okay.
A little dust, you know.
Okay.
But typically I do use this, and it's like a mascara. I mean, you probably know. But.
Okay, well, one thing I'm going to tell you is this is too light for you.
You're shaming me.
No, I'm being honest
because they're darker?
Well, yeah, your eyes are way darker than this.
Oh, they probably just sold that to me at the end. Like,
Did somebody handpick this for you?
probably.
Okay. This is going to be a little too...
It's probably too easy to blame it on
A little
someone else.
too, a dollar elf pencil, way easier and way cheaper.
Like the pencil, like my mom used to like sharpen the pencils.
Yes.
Do people still do that?
Yes.
Wow.
As makeup artists, that's what we use.
Wow. So is this shameful, like that people use this sculpting brow mascara?
Let me look at this. Maybe we could try that.
Your face. Like, what is that?
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this.
Honestly, why I do that is because it seems accessible. Like, I didn't do my brows until like a year ago.
She took your eyebrow?
Yes. I was having her focus on this because it's always my issue. Didn't even look on the other side of my face. And then when I went around and did stuff, went to work, and then got done at the end of the day cleaning my face, and I was like, where's that eyebrow?
That's crazy.
It was gone. This one was gone.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to have to
That
go
looks
back and
right,
watch
eh?
you doing it.
Uh-huh.
I'm have to go back and like watch you do it, you know, like.
She doesn't have a primer.
Oh yeah, I've
So-
never used primer before.
Yes, it's needed.
Wait, I forgot to ask you. When you put my foundation on, did you put it on like my eyelid?
No.
Okay.
Now a lot of people use concealer as eyeshadow base,
Okay.
but it's really not suggested because your eyelids are very oily. Like everybody's eyelids get really oily, and it's going to break that concealer down.
Oh.
You want to use an eyeshadow primer because it's going to help stand up against that oil.
Okay.
So it doesn't take a lot. Into a lighter shadow first because that's going to be your base that
Feels
sticks.
so weird.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It helps the shadow stay. So when you're doing your eyeshadow, especially if you're using bright colors, you're not going to go out all the way to the corner right here. You're going to start right about here. When you're doing your eyeshadow, hold your brush at the end because it's less pressure that it puts on your...
Yeah, in general, I would say you're using a lot less pressure on everything. Especially like when you were doing contour, I was like, oh, I feel like I stamp it. Like,
no, you never want to do that. If I'm using neutrals, I use the same brush. I start with the lightest and then I work my way up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into this brown color right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this into her crease. Now what I'm going to do is what, do you want to go in with, is the gold what you wanted to use?
Whatever you want to use.
Okay. So
I just don't know why I personally bought something that said art when I was not, like I didn't have
we're going to try it.
a license for this.
Okay. Alright, here we go. This kind of reminds me of the new e.l.f. shimmers.
Oh, we need to try the crayon, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
You can do that. And then you come down. And a lot of people do an X. Alright, rub your lip. It would probably still be best to use a lip liner with this. Just so that it will look neater. But I like that. That's a pretty color on you. And it goes good with a gold, I feel. Oh, that looks good now. It curled those bad boys up.
I have a skill. I didn't even
Yeah, you
know.
gotta get it close to where they grow out at.
Wow.
Yeah. Those bad boys right there curled on up. You don't even... You're like boom right there.
I have a skill set. I didn't even know. I
Look,
think it's your control.
boom. Alright, open your eye for me. Boom.
Did it work? Wow. It feels so. They feel so funny when you don't wear them. You know.
Alright, so that's pretty much the look.
Well, it's good. I should take my hair down. I think.
Yeah, you can take it down. And we almost didn't cheat. We just had to cheat on a few things.
Just a few things, but.
Alright, guys, and that is the final look.
You did so good. Way better than I could ever do. You're very talented.
Thanks. Alright, guys, that's all for this video. We will see you guys in the next one because we're going to eat some candy and some junk food. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.